Peace, 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 peace. What's good? What's good? What's good, dude? What up, y'all? What's going on? What's good? Who is it? Sarah Jane Grand Rising. What is good? What's up, Jackson? Who's all in the building? Let's get the shout outs out the way. I appreciate everybody who clicks on the channel, for real. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And yeah, what was that? Natasha, Sonia Hasley, hey Jennifer Robinson, hey, what's good? Let's see. So well, before I get started, Kiki Eyes, Mel Jones, what's up? What's up? Not Melanie Jones, right? Just Mel Jones. What's up, Patricia Blair? Hey, Auntie Leah. Salute to you. It's a whole lot going on in these YouTube streets, and I was like, yo, it got to be AI on a lot of levels, right? It got to be AI. What's up, Gret? What's up, Marilyn? Yeah, I'm like, it got to be AI. That's why I was looking at everything, because it looks crazy, it looks spooky, it looks scary, and it looks hilarious. Yeah, they are doing whatever they can to get your attention, to distract, they're just doing a whole lot. They're doing a whole lot, right? When I say they, I'm just talking about all the antics that you see online right now. Because number one, that's why I said I'm calling this AI, just like J.R.R. said, it's AI. And everybody be making fun of that comment and thinking she's capping when it comes to those words. It's AI. But oh, just wait till you see. Just wait till you see how deep this AI going. I'm not talking about Allen Iverson. Wait till you see how deep the AI goes. Yeah, it's real nasty out here, man. The deception is at an all-time high. What my man say from Far Side, he said the deception's at an all-time high. You give up a piece of your soul for the piece of the pie, for the devil pie. That's the same thing with the deception and the AI. Funny, look, like even with AI, you go on TikTok and everybody on there is, all the women on there, right? You're scrolling through there, everybody do lives, and they face all flawless and they're looking good and all that. And you're like, oh damn, like everybody is pretty. Everybody looks good, face flawless. I'm just saying like the contour face or whatever. That's what I see. And then I'm like, oh, they have to put a disclaimer saying that this this user is using a skin filter or smooth. Like, I didn't even know that. I'm thinking everybody is looking on there. So I get on my live and I'm popping pimples and getting all the boogers out my nose. I got to do all that, and I don't use makeup, but I'm like, let me put some Beijing, and they using filters. They over here using. I'm like, I got a cracked tooth. Let me go ahead and they filtering. They is filtering up the game. They is filtered out the game. There's AI out the game when it comes to what it is that they're doing. They are hilarious. Yeah, they said women have real life filters, makeup. Boom, that's a cold game. Now shout out to all the women who don't wear makeup. I know Jag don't wear makeup like that. That's the beauty thing. That's the beautiful thing about that. She's not like gotta put on all this makeup, and she looks good regardless. So I think a good regimen is, exactly. It's so unnatural right now. We just see so much artificiality that when these men start dating, it won't look weird, because you're sitting here, you already look like something out of a dang on sci-fi cartoon or sci-fi show. Speaking of sci-fi, we got Alien versus Predator. Well, I say, look, speaking of sci-fi, Alien versus Predator. Where this at? Hold on. Can I even pull this up? I'm saying Alien versus Predator with this AI business. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Yeah, if you know what I'm talking about with Alien versus Predator, well, you'll know in a second. Give me 1 second. Well, I'm talking about Elon Musk and Trump. I think all that's fake too, to a degree. It's a little too fabricated. Elon Musk is on Twitter just going ham on Trump about whatever. He's going ham on Trump about whatever. Like he's just, apparently he's mad. Trump had a lot of Trump's people had a lot of unfavorable things to say about Elon, and then Elon is basically striking back like, I'm going to release these secrets. Hey, the reason why the Epstein files have now come out is because Trump's on it, and that's false. I think that's false. Yeah, the distractions again, giving the headline. That's all they're doing. Is just it's feeding into because there's really not, like, I don't know. Is there really anything for them to talk about? Yeah, exactly, Jackie. They want us worried more about what's going on with their beef versus what's really going on behind the scenes. I know Elon made some comments about, Nikki, don't be sorry. You're not sorry. We ain't tripping on that. Hey, Cali Nor B5. Look, Jennifer, I don't think this feud is real. I just think they're doing all this and they're saying all this. But what's really real is a lot of potentiality for espionage or, who's really faithful to this country and who's really trying to undermine this country. So you got people like Elon Musk, and he's an African immigrant. So I know Trump maybe said he might deport him. I tweeted. In fact, let me get on. I've been trolling the owner of Twitter since before he even had when he owned PayPal. I've been trolling Elon Musk. Elon Musk and I are around the same age, and Elon Musk look like a dopehead. Elon Musk is a straight dopehead. Let's just put it out there like that. Straight crackhead. That came out, right? It's protests in LA. Oh, I'll talk about that. I know what's going on with that, and I ain't even got my ear to the street like that. I was tweeting Musk. I was like, yo, Musk, you need to be deported. And I was dead ass, and a few people retweeted that or whatever. But yeah, Musk is now, he just tweeted something. He said alarming. I guess he's asking his AI, Grok. The current U.S. spending appears unsustainable long term. And in 2025, the deficit is damn near $2 trillion, with our GDP of 6.2%, with a debt at 98% of the GDP, projected to hit 118% by 2035. Interest costs now $579 billion. Outpace major programs are set to rise. Social Security and Medicare face trust depletion in 8 to 11 years. The dollar reserve status offers some flexibility, allowing lowering borrowing costs, but this is a debate. This has been debated, and it addresses structural deficits. Historical debt managed post-World War II suggests short-term feasibility, but long-term projections indicate policy changes are needed to avoid fiscal instability. I think what he's saying is Um, they're running a game that's not sustainable. This whole money thing, and he's not lying. It's definitely not sustainable. And like I said, Trump is the going out of business manager. What's up, Archangel Michael? What's up, man? Appreciate you. Trump is the going out of business manager for the United States. So he has liquidation sales. He doing what he can. But yeah, like I think Musk is just saying there's some crazy stuff financially that's going on, and you know he might be sitting over there like, hey, well, I know some other secrets, because you know he was behind this whole thing called DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and yeah, he might I think he might end up selling some secrets. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But it's definitely some BS, because we got a bunch of traitors. Speaking of traitors, the vice president, you know, at one point JD Vance was saying some ish about Trump, talking about, you know, F him, blah blah blah, this and that, and you know now he's VP. But now, you know, Musk is on some, well, I think JD Vance should be president. Okay, come on, y'all. Peep the game. Just peep the play. But all this stuff, it's AI. It's AI. Meaning, you know, these artificial interactions, all right? These are artificial interactions, like, you know, Elon Musk. I mean, Elon Musk is like the worst baby daddy. And that, well, he is a baby daddy. He's like the worst baby daddy you could have. Trump inherited a baby daddy that's ratchet. Elon Musk. But yeah, let me see. But I've been trolling this guy for the longest. Just about as much I've been trolling Myron Gaines. And shout out to Ice-T. Ice-T be giving it up on Twitter, man. Shout out to Ice-T. I think something he said, and then I hit him back, and he retweeted my tweet in general. Yeah. He was talking about the supporters. He said all the supporters and fans have been with me for my journey. Some from the beginning, some new. I'm not the best, I'm not the worst. I'm not the richest, I'm not broke. I've been able to take this thing through movies, TV, rap, rock, and books. I've gone on a ride very few will experience. Thank you. And Ice-T Tracy, that's just the OG, man. So he actually hearted my shit, bro. And I just was like, yo, I appreciate you. Because he's the one that got me started with, like, when I saw the art of rap, I said, yo, Ice-T, this is dope. And I said, I'm finna do my thing. I said, look, ain't nobody did nothing on Uncle Jam's Army. And he comes from that Uncle Jam's Army. So, and he's an LA dude, even though the game will tell you he's not an LA dude. I think the game did a top 100 rappers or something. He probably didn't include Razcast. We already know that. Yeah, Ice-T was in Breaking. The actual Ice, it was called Breaking and Entering, and it was talking about the radio. It was a documentary actually called Breaking and Entering before they had the movie called Breaking. Ice-T was in that too, Breaking and Entering. And shout out to Carmelo Alvarez. I gotta sit down with Carmelo. He's the one who started the radio that got Ice-T his start. And you know, before that, Ice-T battled my guy Disco Daddy. I'm gonna go check up on Disco Daddy. I need to run up in the J's and Disco Daddy, bro. I gotta hit him up. But anyway, shout out to Ice-T, because he be active on Twitter, and my guy be giving it up. So appreciate Ice. Even if he saw my tweet, just let him know, like, you know, you got a LA cat out here who's holding it down too, man. So, and he's a LA rapper. I don't care what Game says. He's a LA rapper. Ice-T is a LA rapper, right? Oh, him and his son. He got him and his son. Is that AI? This is Ice-T and his son. And I'm like, is that AI? Shout out to Lil Ice too. Shout out to Darlene. Yeah, I think that was AI. Yep, that That wasn't him and his son, Little Ice. That was AI. I'm just on brand with everything right now. That was AI. That wasn't even Ice-T and his son. But shout out to Lil Ice and Ice-T. That's crazy. Lil Ice and no, that was Ice-T in 91 and Ice-T in 2025. That AI is crazy. But anyway, shout out to Lil Ice for real. That was Ice-T from 91 and Ice-T from 2025, both walking together. Him, you know. Anyway, back to the AI topic though. It was AI. Did y'all see the thing about the CEO of Rock Nation's daughter who going through it so much they had to file a lawsuit against the Rock Nation CEO. I don't think she's gonna be able to get out of this. And the evidence that the Rock Nation, the CEO of Rock Nation came back with, because the lawsuit was publicly put out there last week, and then her daughter is suing her, put a lawsuit out there. Hey Reed, what's up, man? The Rock Nation CEO, Desiree Perez, that's who it is. The Rock Nation CEO, Desiree Perez, countered back like, well, my daughter has been being abused, and I got photos, and I got pictures, and photos are pictures, my bad. And I got video of her being abused, and I got audio, and it's all AI. Like, she got video and it's AI. She has audio, but it's altered. It's crazy. I can't wait for this to just come out, because yeah, it's about to get nasty. People out here lying, testifying, lying. So if she's doing that to her daughter, and that's family. So imagine, you know, all the, you know, MIA, Tory Lanez, even this DDG stuff. Like, I think they're all connected to Rock Nation in some way. I'm even connecting the whole thing with Ariel Mitchell and J. Cole, because J. Cole is a Rock Nation artist, I believe, right? Or Dreamville. He's Dreamville, but he's connected to Rock Nation in some sense. And them including Jaguar Wright in that lawsuit that doesn't make any kind of sense, because it has been documented that Jaguar Wright was locked up at the time. That's crazy. So it's like you're doing it's the same antics that Desiree Perez did to her daughter. Like, when this story blew, man, Mommy Dearest, and y'all remember Carrie's mama? Y'all remember that movie Carrie? Do y'all remember that movie Carrie? Do you think it's important for us to be educated about this AI thing, so that we can discern what's real, what's fake, what's obvious? Yeah. Oh, and that's why I wanted to talk about too, because the AI stuff that is coming out now. Oh man, this Google VO3, it's over. It can talk. That Google VO3 can talk. But anyway, let me wrap up what I was saying with that last conversation. Do y'all remember Carrie? Carrie was like this woman. This is a movie. Y'all remember? If you old enough, you remember. We say Desiree said submit or be instituted. Yeah, and whispered in the daughter's ear, you know, if you don't get away from this NI with the ER, I'm gonna get you committed. That's crazy. But yeah, Carrie, the movie Carrie, it's giving those vibes. They're all gonna laugh at you. But it's not even, it's not funny, it's scary. That's why I say Carrie. that mama is like the mama on Carrie. And I'm gonna rewatch that movie Carrie, and when this story comes out, I think people are gonna be like, damn, that mama was the mama. See, Carrie was special, right? One Carrie special, like Carrie. I didn't like. It's messed up. Even when you think about the movie now, it's like they were the people were they were dogging her out in that movie throughout the movie Carrie, where they had her, they were making fun of her. She had the mean girls making fun of her and stuff. Yeah, that movie was sad. It was sad. Like, I remember that was like one of the first scary movies when I was little, and I remember, and that movie like just legit scared the shit out of me. Seeing this white woman covered in blood. Oh my God. See, like I'm scared of white women scared and covered in blood. Don't. You want to scare me? I don't need a haunted house. I can go to the hunt. I can walk through the hood. I can walk from Watts to Compton to Long Beach in opposing colors, and I wouldn't be as scared as seeing a white woman, a Caucasian woman covered in all blood. Like, that movie was scary. This story is scary. I'm not lying. This story is scary. Scary like Carrie. And when it all comes out, oh man, I wonder this whole, look, her story, let's throw in the MIA, shout out to MIA. Let's throw in the Jaguar situation. Let's throw in Tory Lanez and the Megan stuff, because Desiree Perez is directly connected to that. This story is crazy, and it's all AI. I'm not talking about the story being AI. I'm saying her evidence is all AI. You come in with something that ain't even real. You got complaints and you want to say somebody's doing X, Y, and Z to somebody, and that ain't even real. What Jack say? This shit ain't real. For real. But yeah, okay, so what the question that was asked about, the AI situation, is it good for us to be educated on AI? And I say yeah. I don't say run from the technology. My dad, he was born like in the 40s, and he was so opposed to computers and stuff like that, and I dove right into it. Hey Yvonne, oh, you weren't able to be seen in the chat? Matthew, you said Allen Iverson. I'm not talking about Allen Iverson. Or are you trying to say I'm Allen Iverson, or I look like Allen Iverson? Everybody talking about some exhibit and Allen Iverson. All right. No, I'm talking about AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah, you're right, Kylie. She should. No, the situation though with AI, the way it is right now, artificial intelligence, and we're not at general. There's supposed to be a phase called artificial general intelligence, to where it will think on its own, or it'll be able to just do what it do on its own. And supposedly we're not there, but I think I'm gonna end it on something scary, some news that's very scary. But this AI stuff, no, we have to be very, very we got to be in tune, and we got to be keen about how this AI stuff is working out. So you got all these governments around the world who are invested in their AI. China has their own AI. The U.S. has their AI. Thank you, Marilyn Williams. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. No, AI is the Antichrist. And shout out to my guy Siddiqui Bakari. I gotta get involved because tomorrow we have our little meetings, and we have an online meeting that he's doing about AI. And I think he said that because we talked about this AI Project Bluebeam. They in China, they're able to watch commercials in the sky. And in the Revelation, they talked about things like, things with the Antichrist and stuff like that. And yeah, there we go. So imagine if, Inglewood, because Inglewood is a big city, and Inglewood wants to make some extra money. Inglewood is already looking like Beverly Hills and Manhattan Beach right now. And Inglewood used to be the hood. I remember my apartment I had for $600. Man, I wish I had that apartment right now. My apartment was $600. It was right not too far from the farm before Bishop Omer bought the farm. Now that apartment is like $2,500, something like that. But Inglewood needs some money. They already employ, or they already constructed or erected a bunch of, what do you call these damn things? Digital billboards. So if you go to downtown Inglewood now, there's like this big digital billboard, and it generates money because, you know, you got advertisers not just in Inglewood but everywhere. Could you know, it generates money. So imagine if a city wants to generate some money and say, hey, you know, we're going to use our airspace as a projection, as a projector screen, and we're going to have flying planes going by, and we're going to advertise, hey, you know, come to Inglewood, you know, go to the Forum, go to was it the Staples? Not Staples. What's that new Inuit Center? Because they have all kind of new like sports stuff over there. They can advertise football because you got the stadium, you got the SoFi Stadium. So Inglewood could just say, okay, I'm gonna have my airspace, and then boom, we're gonna throw a projection up there. And let's say they want to advertise, oh, we want to advertise a church. We're gonna have Jesus. We're gonna have Jesus come out. Oh, Jesus is here. It's an airspace. Jesus is here. Oh shit, Jesus is here. And they're like, Jesus is here at the church. Come to the church, right? And don't get it twisted. Jesus, that's a whole nother conversation. His name was Yeshua, right? But Jesus is something sounds like Zeus, Jesus. It's a Greek thing. So when I said, oh shit, Jesus, y'all don't flag me. Oh, he's being sacrilegious. But Inglewood could have the sky lit up and showing advertising saying, yeah, Jesus is here. And it's here at the church. So, you know, the AI stuff will get crazier if, you know, we don't get control of it and we don't get a better understanding of it. So this Google VO3 is the new rollout that Google has. It's basically Sora was at least the first AI text prompt to actual video service that I saw, and I used it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is dope. But it wasn't like 100%. Like I said, the AI that they're presenting to us, yeah, VEO3, that's what it's called. Nick, what's up? Nick's Mountain Goat Production. What's up, Joshua? Yo, what's up? Yeah, the Sora stuff looked like an AI is supposed to. You can see the imperfections. You can see, oh, this person got 6 fingers. This thing got 3 arms coming out. Like, I've used AI stuff. Y'all probably saw some stuff that I used. It was Sora, and it didn't look perfect. But this VEO3 looks crazy. So Musk running around here talking about Trump is on the Epstein list. You know, he got the capacity. He has the ability to create an AI image, or not even an image, an AI video, prompt to text video of Trump, you know, getting on the Lolita Express or something. And people will probably believe it. And he could be, oh yeah, make it look like it was from 1989. Like, you know, people will believe it. Yeah, it's already, the entertainment industry is cooked. Entertainment industry is cooked. Yeah, and then Elon gonna have them $30,000 robots for your house, and they gonna be racist too. Allegedly, let's just say that. Elon's so racist, man. He got, you know, shout out to Dr. Short. He said this joke to me, and that shit was funny as hell. Elon's so racist, he got mad at the Hawthorne Police Department for not getting the black people out of Hawthorne fast enough. You can't get these niggas out of here faster. You got eviction, you get these niggas out. However, that Elon Musk impression sound like a Chinese Jamaican or something. I'm sorry. But yeah, Elon got that. Elon could create a, oh, who discovered AI? Marilyn Williams. That's funny. Jeffrey Hinton. It's a guy named Jeffrey Hinton. Look it up. You're racist. I have onions with the passion. you stupid, bro. Jeffrey Hinton is the godfather of AI. Unlike the godfather of chewed food, who's in the gym right now because he's been clowned so much. I've been told him get in the gym. The godfather of chewed food. I see he's in the gym right now. He's in the gym, and then he's gonna have Jim in him. Well, after that, hit because see, I could get on my rap battle shit. I could get on my Eminem, him and feminine, him and stamina, hamina, damina. I'm just clowning. But if I was to do a rap battle or clown that guy, you know, he's feminine, he has gym in him, and he's in the gym. Anyway, I'm just stupid. No, the AI stuff we should be really studying and really making it could be better for us. We could have a couple thousand years where we're using AI to really help benefit mankind. But the way it looked like right now, it's about to get, like, you know, forced into it being against us. There we go. Because it's already kind of being used against us. The robots that are going to be rolled out by Elon, I'm interested in them because it's like, you know, our kids need to know how these robots work in and out. I'd probably be the first one to grab one and be like, okay, how this thing work? I ain't gonna lie, I got my daughter a little robot, and she can give it commands. And essentially, it has lightweight, because the weight, even with, like, I would say, in my car, there's AI in my car right now. It's speech to text or speech to prompt. I can tell it to play something right now because I have a USB that I program with songs and whatever. Oh, well, I ain't gonna say nothing because I might get in trouble for it. But I got a homie. He's going over to Asia, and he's bringing me back these little USBs where you can watch anything on your car. So I might have that in my store. Like, yo, you want one of these? No, for real. My guy is going over to Asia. I think he's probably over there now. I think he said June he's gonna head up over there. He's coming back like end of July, and he has these USBs. As long as your car's like 2016 and higher, and you got like the touch screen or whatever, you can plug it in and you can watch anything. I'm talking about Netflix, and like in your car. So we might have to do something. I might have to put y'all up on that on another. Like, I don't want to do nothing. Like, I don't sell nothing here. Pretty much, I really don't sell nothing. But I think that's a genius idea. But that's part of AI too, because really, if you have a USB, it's basically able to talk to your car. You give it a text or you give it a prompt or whatever, and you can, boom, press a button here. Like I could say, play blah blah blah, and it'll play whatever on my USB. So, you know, we can't be scared and run from the AI. We really got to be more, you know, knowledgeable about how this AI works. So I got my daughter a little robot, and, you know, she gives it little commands, and, you know, come here, it comes here, and this and that stuff. It's hilarious to her, but you know, it's something that she's probably gonna have to deal with in the future, dealing with like robots and stuff, giving them prompts, giving them commands. They've already had robots that are not robots, I'm sorry, AI that understands, like, it's about their survival. Like, they have an AI that was instructed to shut itself down, and it said, okay, it shut itself down, but it replicated its version, because, you know, it's like different versions. So it replicated like his mind and put it somewhere else, and it shut itself down. So he's alive over here. They're not even stupid. The AI is not even stupid. Literally, the robot was like, I gotta survive, or the AI was like, I gotta survive. So it replicated itself and said, I'm gonna put myself on another system. So version 3, okay, I'm gonna shut myself down, but in reality, the AI knew it's already set up over there. This AI stuff is tricky. That's why, honestly, I'm not into the belief of, oh, well, you know, it's some artificial intelligence. These are demons. These are ghosts. There's something else. Y'all look at that show called Three Body Problem. It's on Netflix. If you got, you know, on vacation and, you know, you want to just kind of trip out on some stuff, really read the whole book. But it was created by some Chinese guy. And there's a whole little story behind that. He ended up getting unalive. He came up with this whole series called The Three Body Problem. Essentially what happens is, in general, and I'm probably going to mess up the story, but I don't want to mess it up for y'all. SETI, S-E-T-I, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It's a global program that's, you know, got satellites everywhere, searching the sky, sending out radio frequencies. The story starts, I think, like it goes back and forth in time, but it goes back to even the 70s, and they were sending out a signal. This is SETI. This is an organization that searches for extraterrestrial intelligence, right? And SETI found, they're sending out a signal basically saying, you know, we're on Earth, we're here, blah, blah, blah. Anybody out there? And then they did receive a signal. And for I forget, for months or something, they were like, oh, they found a signal. They found this signal. Should we respond? And all the countries around the globe agreed, let's not respond. Let's figure this out. Let's see what we're gonna do. And in Three Body Problem, this one Chinese worker that worked for SETI just kind of out of emotionality responded like, yes, we're here, blah, 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 we're here. And it was like, uh-oh, you know, and it kind of reminded me of Sinners, how the Asian woman kind of just sold everybody out. But no, it's Three Body Problem talks about AI in the sense where, well, peep gang, when they got the signal, when Earth received the signal from these extraterrestrials, like, yeah, we're out here, blah, 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 and then, you know, essentially that what do you call it? That species, they were in a solar system that had 3 suns, and they kept getting destroyed. Their Earth, their civilization kept being destroyed, and they were like, we need a place that's stable. And the lady inadvertently invited them, like, come over here. So the beings started coming to Earth. Before they came to Earth, they sent something like the equivalent of AI, because it takes them, you know, I don't know, 1,000 years to get here or 100 years to get here, but the AI can be sent in like 50 years or 20 years. And that's what happened. The AI was sent. It was basically the equivalent of AI. It was sent to observe this world and take analysis of what's going on here, and send it back to the civilization that's coming, that's trying to, you know, fight their 3 body problem, their 3 sun system problem. It's a very interesting series. And the 3 body problem is like, when it's talking about the AI being sent here, it was like a spy. So, you know, what if AI is the tech of antiquity that was archaeological find? Look, Grat, that's funny, because how do you think we got binary code? Binary code didn't just come out of nowhere. Binary code is connected to the Dogon, to the who uses the system. Shout out to my guy Art. He just sent me something about this. There's a system in Africa, and I believe it's the Dogon. They're the ones who were able to find out that it's funny. You're talking about 3 body problem. The series system has 3 suns. CG Polo, I believe, was the other one. Series A. No. But what? Okay, let me do my research, because I don't even like talking stuff without knowing. But this ancient civilization, so-called ancient civilization, was able to find out that there was another star before we even had telescopes. So Sirius, you can see Sirius, but then there's a Sirius B behind it, and it's like you would need a telescope to even see it. And these Africans were able to figure that out, and they had a system where they basically essentially mapped the stars. They came up with binary code. It was like for every odd number, they put a 1. So they had a system. Some Europeans went and studied that in the late 1600s or something. That's where you got Boolean math, and then you get binary code out of that. You on point, Grant, when you saying it could be something that's out of antiquity. Antiquity, that's what they call it, right? But I got to do more research on that. So everything, the beginning of computers is binary code, but AI, as we're moving forward, is more like quantum. It's quantum. Quantum computing is like, you got 1, 0, and quantum is like, it could, it's in the middle. So it could be either 1 or 0. So that's where that's why you got these new chips, these new chips that Intel has. It has AI in it. Man, it's heavy, dog. Like, we really need to be up on it and not tripping off of Real Housewives or the broke bitches of Bankhead and Elon Musk and all. Like, we really need to be putting the kids up on. I got a program. I got a nonprofit, and I got a program where I'm like, let's teach these kids how to create virtual reality, but it's deeper than that. It's also going to do augmented reality. I want to get to the kids to the point to where they can create their own AI or robot, and they can go to outer space and mine for materials in the asteroid belt. Like, that's where I'm at with it. And I know y'all looking at me like that's crazy, but that's going to be a reality in the future, because it's like, number one, what we're doing on this planet. It's funny that Elon Musk said about the fiscal side of it. What we're doing on this planet is not sustainable. Where we're mining for oil, and Elon Musk has the Tesla, the electric side, but that's even worse, because you got to mine for lithium and all these other natural resources that causes pollution. Even the computer chips, that your phone, it's causing all kind of pollution, global warming, all that stuff. And all we got to do is learn how to not use oil as much. And AI could help us get to the point to where we're not using oil as much, because the more oil we burn, the hotter this atmosphere gets. See, that's the game that I'm talking about, where I said about the 3-body problem. The AI, it's almost like that movie, what's the name of that damn movie? They Live, where they were just invested in like heating up the atmosphere. No, it wasn't They Live, it was another one. They're invested in heating up the atmosphere because the alien warlords who were coming, they needed the atmosphere hotter here versus what it is right now. But once the environment, or once the climate is hotter for us, even by 1 degree globally, it's going to set off a chain reaction of a bunch of crap. So we're actually at a point where we could stabilize the planet, get it to where it naturally does what it does, because all this oil burning stuff is bad for the planet. AI could actually help with it. But if you got like a super AI, you need other things, like it has to be super cold. There's a lot going on. And as humanity, as a world, as a people, we're missing the ball. We're headed for self-destruction if we do not get it together. And us bickering and us tripping about race and tripping on about other crap, and Elon Musk fighting with Trump, Elon Musk being a dopehead, and all this other stuff. We're tripping on stuff that ain't even important. Like I said, if we just got to the point to where it's like, all right, AI could get to the point to where it could help feed humanity globally. But even then, we don't want to be to the point to where, okay, people are not doing nothing. somebody said something about the father of AI, the godfather of AI. Who was the father? Who's the creator of AI? Jeffrey Hinton. Look him up. He said he's pro people, and he believes that, you know, if you're a person, you should have purpose. You should have, you know, you shouldn't just get up in the morning, because he's talking about UBI. If you don't know what UBI is universal basic income. So as AI gets better, it's already replacing a lot of jobs. It already effed a lot of black women. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of black women have these jobs that are pushing paper. They have a lot of jobs that are not necessarily, it's a process. AI is a process. It can just process. It's going to get rid of these certain jobs. These companies, they have the DEI stuff. They'll hire a black woman for the aesthetic, the look. But as soon as an organization, the billionaires say, oh man, well, I ain't got to pay this AI to do this process, I'm going to get rid of Keisha. No offense. I know people probably be like, damn. But they're the first ones to go. The people who do like the entry-level jobs, and the people who do like the repetitive stuff, even some HR stuff, you're the first one to go. Yeah, law degrees will be worthless. My son graduating next week. I'm taking his ass to trade tech. Boy, you finna learn HVAC, because everybody got to be cool. Everybody got to be cool, right? Meaning, you know, cool. HVAC, hot, cold, HV. It's a joke. Anyway, yeah. A lot of black men, though, didn't really go into the, you know, get a 4-year, because I just got a 2-year. I got a 2-year degree. And I'm good. I'm able to sustain. I didn't need to go get a 4-year, but I may go get the 4-year now. But a lot of us just said, you know, we'll be mechanics, we'll be HVAC techs, we'll be, you know, put hands on. Robots ain't there yet. The robots can't come into your house and fix your HVAC. The robots can't do residential wiring. So a lot of people they fell for they fell for the banana in the tailpipe when it came to like career selection and going to school and then getting yourself in debt, where it's kind of like the jobs now that they're pushing like obsolete. Even a dang on psychologist, if people entrust in AI so much, they'll go to the AI versus going to a psychologist, because to a psychologist, you got to actually open up and talk to a person. Like, that's where we're headed. Look, I like I said, I remember back in the day where it was like, you do not meet people on the internet. It was just like, that was weird. You do not meet people on the internet. Now we're at a point where you actually, most of your stuff you're doing on the internet, and you hop in a car, it's a driverless car, you gonna hop in there. Like, we're there. I'm still weirded out about the driverless cars, but if you're a Lyft driver, Uber driver, you got about a good year. It's already looking bad. Like, it's not money to be made like that. Glad I'm in none of those fields. My daughter is in tech undergrad. She'll walk across in 2026. Congratulations, robot computer technology. She has an internship at Tesla coming. That's dope. That's dope. She just got to make sure she walks the right line when it comes to IT, and you know, really, if she tell her to just get her stuff in math, like get her higher education in math, because when these quantum computers drop, quantum computers are not like regular computer, press a button, blah blah blah. It involves a lot of math and higher math, and that's my downfall. I'm going to actually get better and do my math and get better at math, but I always sucked at math. And if your math is good, you could grow in that world with the tech side, and quantum computing. It requires math, like higher level math. So encourage her to do that. Just, you know, if she got in like that, that's good. Just encourage her to do the higher level math, because that'll keep her in that field for a minute. But of course, Elon didn't discover it. He just, you know, even the whole X stuff. Like, Elon's a hack. Like, Elon's a piece of shit. People say he's smart. I say he's a crackhead, dopehead, a baby daddy. Wasn't married to none of them kids' mothers. Anyway, I got off tangent, but I hope I'm staying on brand. I was just basically talking about this whole AI stuff, and it just looks stupid right now, yo. But we're at a point right now to where we can embrace it and make it work for us. Cause like I said, I already have my system laid out. I'm gonna be the old guy teaching these kids. Yeah, you know, y'all create your own world. Cause that's really what it's about. I hate that we got sold the whole, what do you want to be when you grow up? When it's we should have been saying, they should have been telling us, what do you want to create when you grow up? Because we create all kinds of stuff. We teach these kids to create and not sell out whatever you create, because it's your intellectual property, your IP. You control it. You got to teach them how to patent their stuff. Teach them how to, and then they do what they do. So yeah, it's not what do you want to be when you grow up. What do you want to create? Because we're God's kids. God's kids are like God's too, and we create. God's create. What do you want to create when you grow up? We can create industries. We can create a situation where I'll be like, yeah, you know, kids, all right, I'll get 1,000 kids and be like, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to teach y'all how to create this, little virtual reality, bam, and then y'all can create these models, and I'm going to have y'all go deep under the sea, because I think about 90% of the sea has not been discovered or mapped out. So I'm going to have y'all, you know, physically we can't go down there, but we can have robots and we can design stuff to go down there to map and, you know, find resources under the sea. And I'm going to have the other 500 kids go up and go to the space programs. I'm not Elon Musk crazy, because Elon Musk really is like, he finna go to Mars. Nigga, you ain't finna go to no damn Mars. We was already in Mars, right? Mars is done. There's no atmosphere. How you gonna survive? That's like me saying, yeah, I'm gonna go to Antarctica, and I'm gonna grow the greenest of the green weed. Antarctica got all this. There's a little space in Antarctica where you can grow, but I ain't finna have no hella dope. I ain't finna have this super duper chronic. I said chronic, like I don't even think people smoke chronic no more. Like they on some other stuff. So I like, what if I said I'm gonna just come with the best weed? I don't know, whatever. I can't do it in Antarctica because the environment isn't set up for that. So him talking about going to Mars is crazy, but me talking about the kids almost on like some remember that game Galaga, going up to busting up some rocks and coming out with some resources, bringing it down to earth type of ish. That's what I would teach the kids. Just being realistic, because we got to be, you know, are you left or right? You mean like politically? I am centered. I am centered. Just like my eye, balance. I'm a Libra Scorpio. I am centered. I am down the middle. I don't give a F about any of them. You're right? Okay, that's good. That's great. You're right. I am centered. I am for what's, you know, for the people. I want poor people to get out of the rut globally. I don't want nobody starving. I don't want nobody being abused or trafficked or any of that. That's what I'm about. Anyway, I had one other, what else did I say? It's AI, and then I'm gonna spend 5 minutes on the lab. What did I say? What does my title say? What does my title say? Is it a chip in you? The mark of the devil. I think the chip, I don't want to get too into the religious stuff, but you know, it's also a mindset. You know, feel like high school never taught you anything. If I could just skip straight to class I wanted to do in college, I think I would have been the experience. Y'all, if you already know how this school system works, it's what's up, Jay Mizak? The school system is it's I got to do a whole little thing about that. Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you. I'll come back and talk about that, about the school system, the school to prison pipeline. In fact, I'm glad you said that, because I'll talk about that in the future. But why there's that design? Think about this. There are a lot of genius kids. There are more genius kids than the society wants to give credit, right? A lot of kids can go straight to college if they want to. Like my son could have went straight to just like, bro, Go to trade tech and go learn this certificate program, and you could be working at 16, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a line. The education system here is German. Kindergarten is a German word, you know, and then first grade, second grade, third grade, like back in the day, the kids would just go straight to the workforce. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then they came with the child labor laws, and then it was like, oh, well, you know, we got to put these kids in school. And then also, you know, boys are a problem. If boys are not like contained or pushed in the right or a certain way, it could be a problem for society. So if you got little boys just doing whatever they want, they form their gangs, and then that's how the mafias come about, and the gangs started. Man, it's a problem. So they gotta have you in school. They gotta have you in school. They can't just have kids just out here. For real. No, look. I always say, when I was in the 4th grade at Hyde Park, and we did what we did at the school. Imagine if we were just some feral kids. You know, we would have robbed some banks. We would have been. Bro, we just tagged the school up, and I was 9. So boys could be a problem, right? So that's why they have schools. So they need your ass in line. That's why, you know, boys could be a problem. Men are a problem. That's why the society, that's a whole other topic, but men are they gotta have men in check in this society. There's no, you gonna barely find somebody my age that think like I think and say how I say. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of the feminism, all the rape. I don't give a fuck. And that's a problem. So of course they will do anything to get rid of people like me and silence my voice. So that's why I was good for working behind the scenes at a radio station. Right. But yeah, school, that's a whole system, and that's a whole nother conversation. We could talk about that, man. Just remind me. So yeah, what Nick Mountain Goat, I'm not gonna put too much conversation into this. What Nick was talking about in my topic. What did I say about Vlad? I said, if you're sitting with Vlad, you're doing bad. And I'm not lying. Lord Jamal, you definitely doing bad, bro. I know you doing bad. And shout out to Lord Jamal. No disrespect. I understand that Vlad is on an apology tour, and Vlad is, you know, he apologized to Minister Farrakhan for what he said, and you know, he's just saying words is words. Words can't hurt me. But Vlad, you still a liar. You still a culture vulture. Vlad, I know you probably watching this. Sue me if I'm calling you a liar. Sue me, because that could be defamatory, right? Like if someone, you know, I've been called a liar in court, but they ain't got proof, right? I'm saying, Vlad, you lied because you lied on Jaguar Right. I'm standing by that. I have proof of you lying on Jaguar Right. You're a liar. So, Lord Jamal, bro, I get it. Vlad probably breaking you up. And fuck Vlad. Get the fuck away from Vlad. Vlad is bad. Vlad is bad. I'm gonna do like the dude on South Park, the teacher on South Park, be like, drugs are bad. He's bad. Vlad is bad. Yeah, Vlad is a piece of shit. And for Lord Jamal to go sit with him, I was like, oh my God. What if the gods stoop down low, too low? So yeah, and it, you know, but no offense to Lord Jamal. Shout out to my guy Sadat X. That's Dot X, Dottie, bro. That's my dude. I got much love for Sadat X and all of, you know, Brand Nubian just in general. Lord Jamal, bro, I get it. This dude is a demon. He runs a lot of stuff. It's a shift what's going on with the podcast game, and of course Vlad, his credit isn't, he's not as credible. He's not as credible. Oh, Jay Mizak, we're gonna stop promoting the Vlad is bad shirts, and I'll tell you why behind the scene. But he's still bad, and I'm still saying he's bad. I just don't want to, I'm not gonna make any money off of him like that. That's kind of why I'm at with it. I don't want to say his name really anymore. But Vlad is like the freaking, I'm telling you, the worst thing, one of the worst things for the culture. He's the reason why we got all this chatty patty stuff going on online right now. And yeah. Yep, some folks will do anything for money. And I get it, you know, everybody hurting, pockets is hurting. Everybody pockets is hurting. I'm telling you, this economy ain't no joke. And I get it. There's no money, there's not gonna be a lot of money in the entertainment industry because of this AI stuff. And you got these gatekeepers now who are, you know, man. Yeah, people sitting with Vlad. Come on, God. The God, he's supposed to be the God. Uh-oh, hold on, let me see. Oh, this is, okay. I'm putting together something, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh my God. I'm putting together a story. Y'all know I'm an investigative journalist. Wow. Oh my God, this is scary. Okay, back to the scary, back to the scary part. Yeah, I just got this, so I got to get to work. Wow. Look at this big nigga. No diddy. I'm on there looking on the phone like, look at this big. They gonna clip that up. they gonna clip that up. I'm like, look at this big nigga. No, not like that. So I'm working on the story. There's these private investigators that are out of pocket, not even licensed, carrying guns, coming up to people's houses. iCloud being hacked, iPhones being cloned. Ooh, oh my God. Okay. I'm just now getting all this, so I gotta go. I'm working, y'all. I'm working. I was supposed to went live the other day. That's the reason why I didn't go live, but I'm working. Oh my God. We say Jag had receipts. Yeah, this is scary. That carry. Oh my God. Somebody's mom. Yeah, computers are being hacked. iCloud accounts are being cloned. Computers are being cloned. It's crazy. Yeah. The reference that I can say for the Desiree Perez and her daughter situation, and that being AI, but it goes deeper than that. It's like Carrie's mama. Oh my God, Desiree Perez. And see, that's the thing. See, look. Let me end it off on this, because, like I said, I get it. People got bills. People got kids. I get it. But I put myself in a situation where I could be comfortable anywhere, and then I'm rolling with some real. I'm behind the scenes rolling with some folks that y'all really don't want no problems with. I don't care who it is. So right now, the way I would walk, I mean, I've always, you got we'll shout the Karis one. Progression in life begins without fear. I learned that from the Temple of Hip Hop. I'm a true student of all y'all, man. Ice-T, Kumo D, because Kumo D is actually a friend of Zoe Williams. Zoe was, he's not a friend, but I worked with him at the radio station. Shout out to Zoe Williams. But all my hip hop people, man, I've learned, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to each one teach one. We're supposed to teach each other. You should not walk around this planet in any kind of fear. Doctors say you got cancer. No, cancer ain't got you. That's bull. Do not be in fear. I'm gonna mob around this piece without fear. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. People are so afraid of this Desiree Perez person, man. I think even Joe Budden. I'm not finna report on this. I'm not saying nothing about nobody's kid. No, it's you scared. You scared of who she is and what she's known for. She's like I said, she's Carrie's mama. Yeah, this Desiree Perez thing is scary, y'all. That's all I can say. It's just scary, but I'm not scared. We pushing the line. For real. No, we pushing the line, not like how some people talking about they pushing the line. I ain't pushing no goddamn line. Y'all scared too. Fuck out of here. Fear is the absence of God. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this story. I gotta go to work and get into this this investigative journalist stuff, because yeah, if we're here to eliminate these tyrants and help people, and those who should get the most help should receive the most help. If that's what we're really on, then that's what we need to do. And that's what it is. That's what I say. Even the AI, let it help us. Let it help the people who would need help. Like, it's going to displace a bunch of people. Yeah, Vladimir's and you know what. But AI is going to replace a bunch of people, jobs, and do that. But it could help. These rich people are the ones who are pushing this AI agenda for real. And they worship, a lot of rich people worship AI. They think it's God. They do. We got a lot of rich people. So we talk about these technocrats and stuff, the technocracy, and they worship. They think it's God. They do. They really think it's God. But I think it's demonic. I think it's when they started pushing the CERN stuff, they started opening up things with CERN, and entities are here that are bodiless. CERN may have captured these entities and say, we're gonna put you in a computer chip. I'm not capping. Because I wanted to run with this. Steve Bannon is a piece of shit, but at least he's giving it up the game. And that's what we need to be on. This whole Trump stuff, them fighting. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna sit back and get the information. I'm gonna see what comes out. Because that's what we need to be on. The fight is fake. They fighting like this. They not fighting like men. They fighting like this. That's how they fighting. But as they're fighting like this, watch the information that comes out, right? Because they not fighting like I've seen some cats, like Mike Tyson stance. They ain't fighting like that. They fighting like they slap boxing. We got to watch the information that comes out. Steve Bannon said, "Yo, this is some months ago. What the real thing that's coming right now is we have the ability to live forever. AI is going to help with that. We do. Well, I'll say it's probably too late for the boomers and some extras, but the millennials and Gen Z and Alpha, they'll have that choice of, do they want to live forever? And that's something interesting. He said that, but they're going to use AI as a trick. It's not the really end all to be all to live forever. To live forever, just stop putting stuff in our food. Stop poisoning the air. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to live, we gonna live like 200-300 years if y'all just stop putting titanium dioxide in my goddamn Skittles, right? So yeah, they were talking about that, but I think this AI stuff is some entities, a bunch of entities. So the Scientologists got it kind of correct. Yeah, you do the history about the Scientologists, so I get why the Nation of Islam have kind of teamed up with the Scientologists. I get it, but I wouldn't, just like I wouldn't become part of the secret society or not. I wouldn't be down with that. But I get it, because there's bodiless entities that they need a house. They need a host. And that's what this AI is to me. It's like Get Out, They found hosts. They'll put them in a computer. They put them in cars. They put, so all this is ghosts in the machine. That's just what I believe. And I'm not on some old spooky-ish, right? It's not spookism. This is what I believe. So when I go to school, I may just go to school for theology and finish my stuff in theology. Anyway, I need to eat. And I need to finish this work, because oh my god, it's scary out here. It's scary. Y'all definitely watch out for I think Jag's gonna go live. She got some shit, and that Jaguar Right Effect, she's Jaguar Right Effect, but the Jaguar Right show, y'all sign up, tune in and stuff, and this next drop, share it. I bullshit you not. It's on like Donkey Kong. That's the only way I can really say it. Until banning MP3s, these weapons, these lyrics are weaponized. You raise the consciousness of the people. That's what they threaten by. All right.